20 years ago, Magnús Scheving made a bet with his best friend that he could succeed at whatever he chose. Now, this one-time carpenter, who earned $100 a week, is an international TV star with an entertainment empire of his very own. Scheving is a real-life superhero, with one suit for the office and one for his alter ego. He is Sporticus, idolized by children and a hero to parents the world over. His hit TV show Lazy Town is seen in 109 countries and loved by more than 40 million children. Magnús grew up with his brother and sister in a remote Icelandic village. He was always the sporty one.
This is the post office. Not everybody in this town had a telephone, so people rang here, and they called out the window that someone was needed to fetch the relevant person to the phone. And I used to play here, so I used to run as fast as I could to get a ticket with the address and to fetch the person to the phone. The person might live somewhere between 3 or 6 kilometers away. I did this between the ages of 5 and 9, running all over the town, fetching people to the phone. It was my first wage, and it was my first job.
Magnús trained as a carpenter and dreamt of becoming an architect. But at the age of 20, a wager with a friend changed his life forever. Magnús Scheving never dreamt he'd be a global superstar and own a highly successful TV company with a turnover of millions. But a conversation with a friend changed his life forever.
We said, let's make a bet. You have 3 years to become good in a sport. But the rules are that we are not allowed to know anything about that sport. So we made that bet. I chose billiards for him, and he chose aerobics for me.
Aerobics was perfect for the energetic 5'7" Scheving. He excelled at it. He then took up gymnastics, represented Iceland and won the European Championships in '94 and '5. Magnús had won his bet, but his success didn't end there.
I'm so small that I can hardly stand behind a lectern like this one. But I'm good at jumping, so you might be able to see me.
Magnús became a motivational speaker too. He toured more than 50 countries in 15 years, teaching his ideas to thousands of people.
If my people say to me, this is impossible, I tell them there's no such thing as impossible.
Without realizing it, he was laying the foundations for Lazy Town.
I travelled a bit around the world and saw that there was no role models for health for kids. But how do you make an entertaining role model for health? Is it possible? This was a challenge. And so I decided to write a book.
The book was a bestseller, and more followed, but the big breakthrough came with the launch of his television series. Lazy Town is now syndicated around the world. 40 million children watch it in 18 different languages. His high-octane, vibrant and colourful world has excited youngsters everywhere. A Sporticus, Scheving has become successful by encouraging children to get fit for life.
I think Lazy Town has become so popular because we mean what we say. I think it's that. We're not faking it. I enjoy what I'm doing. We make no compromises for kids. We put in 100% effort to do it as well as we can. And because of that, I think we get results.
The Lazy Town production company is run by Magnús and his wife of 17 years, Ragin Heidur, and the team they've built around them. She made sure they kept all the international rights to Lazy Town. Now, millions of toys, DVDs, clothes and merchandising fly off the shelves every year.
Ég myndi segja að sko, mín stærsta hjálp sem ég fékk var það að
I would say that the greatest help that I got was that my wife was behind me. Because she looked after the finances and I could work and work and work as she tied up all the knots.
Millions of dollars have been invested in Lazytown's state-of-the-art TV studios near Reykjavik. The show is made here from start to finish by a team of 160. Each half-hour episode costs $800,000, 4 times the normal cost of a children's program. Scheving cuts no corners in his pursuit of perfection.
Go back a little bit. This one. Yeah. Isn't it too much black smoke here? Or don't you think it's too much black? What do you think about that?
It will push up a little bit, the color correction, because the color correction always pushes it up a little bit.
It took me 10 years to develop Lazytown before I took it to the market. And I tested it again and again and again. And I rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed. Then I'd got the complete package. Then it was ready to go out into the world. I think Lazytown has done its homework, means what it says and does it well.
Even though Magnús could now afford to live anywhere he wanted, he and his family choose to live in the modest house he built for them 12 years ago.
This house is really very special for me and my family, because we built the whole thing ourselves. I built these wardrobes, for instance, over Christmas with a friend of mine. And I made the doors, everything. The pillars. We painted this and the ceilings in the whole house. We put the floor down. And because I was working full-time, I didn't have a lot of time. The only time I had was from 10 in the evening until 2 in the morning. Then I was just here building. And it was convenient for me because I was working so much. Coming here was like relaxation. So this house has a kind of soul for me and my family.
And just like Sporticus, Scheving can't stand still.
I have always been very active and physical, could never stay still. I was always on the go. Obviously you get older, and that means it's harder and harder to play Sporticus, because he's sort of slightly above a superhero. So because of that, I have to train in order to just simply play the character.
Magnús loves cars. He owns a Porsche Carrera 4, a classic Triumph TR4 and a Land Cruiser. But he particularly appreciates precision-made design.
I have a soft spot for cars, looking at cars, getting into them, and it's like, that's my weakness. As I say to my team, again and again, be more specific, be more and more precise. I love the details. I've always been interested in cars, and I've dreamed of owning a Porsche ever since I was just a lad.
Magnús Scheving puts the philosophy of the show before profit. As the cameras roll on another episode of Lazytown, and with the money pouring in, Scheving rarely finds time to spend it.
I try to go to the bank as rarely as possible, but when I do, I dole out some pocket money to myself and try and spend as little money as I possibly can. Some people have asked me if I'm rich, and I would say that I'm one of the richest men in the world, purely because I'm doing something that I enjoy immensely. And I am perhaps motivating the world when I see changes and get messages from people that I have changed their lives. Therefore, I would say that Lazytown is one of the richest companies in the world, and that I am personally one of the richest men in the world. So, if I was to lose all my money, I would still be rich.